Joining us now, someone who can fill us in on all the details, former New Jersey Superior Court judge and host of the Judging Freedom podcast, Judge Andrew Napolitano, back with me. Great to have you in.
Pleasure to be
Good
with
to
you,
see
Rob.
you. Hope you're having a great summer. I'm
Yes.
wondering, when I think about the October surprise, it could come in September.
Could come on
What does Judge Merchan do?
Could come on September 18th. What former President Trump was talking about is the fact that judges and prosecutors in New York City are popularly elected. Because it's New York, they're all part of the Democratic machine / clubhouse, and they all serve the needs of other members of that machine. So I have been talking to a lot of my colleagues who do what I do, monitor the legal system for a living.
Yeah.
Most of us are of the view that Judge Merchan will not delay the sentencing from September 18. He will sentence Donald Trump to some time in jail. He will suspend the majority of that sentence, but not all of it. And the jail time will be served after Election Day. Now, that is just our collective guess at what he's going to do. He needs to please the Democratic base. This is what Trump means when he says corruption. A judge should not be thinking about a political base. A judge should be thinking about the facts in the case and the law. But in this system here, in this city and this state, where they are all popularly elected and therefore all Democrats, they do think about the political base.
Yeah, and this judge has got a daughter who literally raises money for Democrats. So he has a vested interest in making sure that Kamala and Walz win on November the 5th. Let me ask you this. Let's say Judge Merchan does, for whatever reason, delay sentencing Trump on September 18th, and Kamala wins in November. Do you think it's more likely that he sentences Trump to actual time in prison? I mean, behind bars in a federal prison.
I wish the answer to that could be no, but this is not an intellectually honest process here. So the short answer to your question is yes. If the sentencing is delayed and Trump loses, it is more likely for him to go to jail. The Democrats want the sentencing before Election Day, not because they want him to go to jail, but because under the law, he is not a convicted felon until he is sentenced. And because they want Vice President Harris to be able to refer to him on the campaign trail as my opponent, the convicted felon, they need for the sentencing to take place.
Yeah.
Justice Merchan, of course, understands that.
I don't know if that dog's going to hunt, though, because I think this could rally people around
you're
Donald
right.
Trump,
I mean,
just like it did over the summer, quite
Correct.
frankly.
Correct.
Judge, I want to talk about Hunter Biden. Wow. The media suddenly, Judge, we've been talking about this for the better part of 3 years.
Right.
And now the media is so curious because Joe Biden's no longer the guy, meaning they can report the truth about Hunter Biden. The New York Times reporting just this week that Hunter Biden never registered as a foreign agent under FARA. He could go to jail for that.
Gee, why isn't he being prosecuted for that?
Two questions about that. One, do you think that the Merrick Garland-led Justice Department pursues that? And do you think we see a pardon? Because Kamala will not pardon Hunter Biden. Bad politics for her because she wants to win re-election. Donald Trump, I think, should campaign on pardoning Hunter Biden. Do you think Joe does it before he goes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, almost any father would pardon their child for a nonviolent crime. I think that is a given. However, on the FARA case, the Foreign Agent Registration Act, the statute of limitations is 5 years. I don't know when he made this request, but if he made it fewer than 5 years ago, the Justice Department has an affirmative duty to investigate this because they pursue this very, very vigorously. They pursue it in serious cases and they pursue it in frivolous cases. This one is not frivolous.
Would that be a smart policy, just 10 seconds, for Trump to actually, at some point during an event, say, you know, if I'm elected, I'll save Joe the trouble and I will pardon Hunter Biden?
I think it would be very smart. Would it be smart for Joe to pardon Trump now? He's got 2 federal prosecutions coming at him.
Maybe it would be smart for Kamala to say, you know what, if I'm elected, I'm going to put an end to all this.
Right.
We're going to move on as a country together. Will she do it? I doubt it.
I don't know, but it would be a brilliant and a beautiful thing to do. It would be like the sense of relief.
Judge, I'm going to make you laugh. Kamala and smart don't collide in the same sentence.
It would be like the relief we felt when Nixon resigned, this is before your time, Nixon resigned and Ford was in the White House. Our long national nightmare is over.
Yeah, might have cost Ford re-election, though.